Oh, there you go. Wait, no, 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 this one. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. Okay, let me see. Oh boy. Okay, I can share my screen at least. Okay, I should be live now. Okay. Okay. So hopefully I'm live on the right thing. Let's see real quick. Live on the live. Okay, I yes I am. Guess I'm live on both of those. Is what it is. Um, okay, so seems like I'm live on the proper one. So let me get into and let me make sure my chat is okay. Good morning, young Jamie. Hope you're doing well. Um, okay. Hopefully you guys can see my screen okay. And maybe I can do this. Just share my window. There we go. Okay. So now you guys should be able to see my screen. Let me just make sure of it before I get into it. Are there any questions that you guys have? Let me mute my phone before we get into it. And let me put on a simpler page. Okay, so in this video, okay, so this is what people are seeing right now. I should be good. I should be awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, yeah, sorry about that for starting late. Um, OBS is not. I realized I haven't live streamed on this computer. Just one more time because I'm paranoid. I haven't live streamed on this computer, so let me just do one thing. I just want to make sure you guys can see what I have on screen. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm confident about it now. My phone's still ringing. So yeah, I just haven't done it on this computer in the longest time. So let me mute this and then I'll just get right into the presentation of just pretty much what I've learned marketing for home care agencies to generating, 610 plus leads, unique calls and lead form submissions and all that. A lot of interesting insights that I have. Um, so yeah, let me just mute this before I get into it. And I'll periodically look at the chat just to see if there are any questions or anything like that. And I'm assuming that people are going to come in. I did start late, so maybe there are people there, but then they left. So yeah. So let me just get right into it. Just need to mute my phone so that way it doesn't. Yeah, do not disturb on. Okay, so pretty much what I'm going to talk about is what I've learned marketing for home care agencies. You know, this year alone. I've been doing it for 4+ years, but I'm gonna talk about what I noticed this year, compared to other years and things like that, and give you guys some data, and then answer any questions you guys have. So overall, the agenda, it should be like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna look at the overall data and overall what I've learned from analyzing the calls, lessons learned, growth opportunities for 2024, and then the summary, and then the final Q&A. So pretty much, who am I? You know me already on this live stream. My name is Aaron Bogle, digital marketer, web page designer, YouTuber, and I mainly like to think of myself as your partner to help you grow during this time, and help you grow your home care agency or help you grow your business or whatever you're trying to do. The owner of Tension Fee Marketing, so we're a digital marketing agency. We're focused on getting qualified leads through online media, whether it be Google, Facebook, Bing, etc. I have experience in all of those, so I can help you get qualified leads in all those. So specifically for home care agencies, I've helped them along with other local businesses across the US and Canada grow and get their first or next client. And then running ads for home care agencies for 4 years now, generated over 1,700 calls in total, and helping agencies grow and get mainly private pay clients, since that's what most of you guys want, from hourly care to 40 hours a week to 24-hour cases. Being able to get all of them for different home care agencies. And then the YouTube channel that you're on here has helped thousands of marketers and agencies accelerate their growth. So let me get into the numbers in terms of what I'm seeing in terms of marketing numbers. So according to the HCP benchmarking report, the top, which is a home care pulse benchmarking report, which is they interview thousands of home care agencies across the U.S. They give you a lot of they give you a lot of different data, and it's really helpful, really useful to know, what other agencies are doing well, how are they doing well. So the top ways home care agencies, doing $1 to $5 million plus, the top ways they get clients is word of mouth, and then number one, then Google Ads and SEO, and then caregivers and employees. So you can see here, you can click here to access the report. You know, they through word of mouth from clients or their family or their loved ones. That's the main way they're getting clients. So it's important that you have word of mouth. And then they go onto the internet, specifically Google Ads, pay per click, and also SEO as well. So, being online where people are searching for home care, and then even through their employees and their caregivers, like asking them, hey, do you know anyone that needs care? Things like that, maybe giving referral bonuses and things like that. So it's important to know that while advertising online and offline is important, don't be afraid to ask your current clients and employees for referrals on a consistent basis. And the median average lifetime value of a client is anywhere between 12 to 16,000. However, it can range. Um, one client, one client can range from $1,200 to $134,000 in terms of their lifetime value. The median length of stay is, of course, 12 months, and it can range from 1 to 4 years. And just keep in mind that whenever you're doing your marketing, whenever you're spending your money on marketing and things like that, that clients, if you're able to get a client, it can give you, 12 to 16,000 dollars in revenue, which is probably around anywhere between 8 to 10K in profit. And then, if you have a really big client, then that could be even more profitable. So Whenever you advertise online, whether it be doing digital marketing, you're paying for it, of course, and of course, you want to play as little as possible, but you want to make sure that you rather pay for good quality results rather than trying to spend as little as possible with things. And then the top threat to home care agencies include caregiver shortages and turnouts, attracting enough clients, and of course, COVID. I don't know if in your area it's coming back up, but in my area it is. So COVID seems to be a big factor in terms of getting in terms of the threat to the home care, whether it be your employees getting sick, your clients getting sick, and things like that. So I'm just going to take a quick look to make sure there's no questions right now, just to make sure. Um, so let me just make sure there's no questions in the chat very quickly. Okay, no. So we're all good. So hope you guys are enjoying it. Feel free to leave a like, please do, and leave a like, comment, and really helps out the channel grow. Still a small YouTuber, and just trying to give you guys as much value as I possibly can for the most part. So again, overall, I've generated 550 unique calls. That in 2023 alone, this doesn't include the 60 plus people who filled out a lead form. Just some interesting stats. Most people called between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., with the really hot times being 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's important that you are on the phone during those times, or else you are really missing out. Um, and then just one big thing I want to point out is the volume changes month to month, and seasonality is real for home care. So you can see here at the beginning of the year, which is where we're going to be getting into, and you can see here it starts off pretty slow, but then, as you get into mid-January, it starts to pick up and it starts to stay quite elevated until February. And then keep in mind, 2023, March, I kind of had a downturn, but in 2022, that March, that same period, it was kind of like an uptick as well. But overall, consistently, both April has been was a slight slower month, and then May, it started to increase in 2023, but there wasn't much traction in 2022. But however, May and June it started to increase. You can see that's kind of here. Like by June, it started to increase again, and then overall, there's again a little bit of a drop early July, maybe because Fourth of July weekend, people are starting to travel, and then increasing from there in July, stays up pretty consistent. And then the first week in August happened both times. It was kind of very slow, and then it increases from there. Of course, in the winter months, September being a good month, October, then November and December, and then it goes down slightly due to the holiday season. People are traveling and things like that. So why I mention this is simply just because if you try, let's say, Google ads, Facebook ads, or you're trying to go out to hospitals, you're trying to do anything, and you try it for just 1 month, and let's say you choose, let's say you look at this like, okay, um, I'm gonna try it in March because 2022 March was great for Aaron. Let's do it. Well, if you tried it in this March, you might have seen a slowdown or not as much, and then you might say, oh, this doesn't work. Digital marketing doesn't work for home care or something like that. So it's important that you give things time, especially the optimal length of time is 3 months, because it seems like there's always at least one good month every 3 months. So if you just got started in April, and it might be slow in April, but then you can see that okay, May it starts to increase there. Or let's say you start in early March, or late March, it's slow March, it's even slow April, but you can see here May is starting to pick up, and if you keep at it still, June, July, it's really starting to pick up. So it's important that no matter what marketing method you choose to do, whether it be this is especially true if you're for paid advertising and digital advertising, but even if you're just walking and going to hospitals, that you give things at least a 2 to 3 month time period, optimally three. The longer the better, because you can assume that in 6 months, no matter what, you're always going to have really good call volume, And then from there, you'll be able to get enough data to make even more data-driven good decisions from there. In terms of searches for home care, so if we go into Google Trends and we compare 2022 to 2023 for the word in-home care service, we can see here that it is, while it is it may look kind of stagnant, it is slightly growing compared to 2022, the interest in in-home care services. So just keep that in mind. The more people are relying on Google to search, and especially mobile searches as well. So be sure that you have your mobile site on point. But also, there's some increase in competition as well. So if you do Google Trends, start a home care business, you can see here that in 2022 there are some periods where there is like almost very little interest. 2023, there's always appearing to be some sort of interest in terms of starting a home care business. Less less there's more peaks and less valleys for the most part. So it's important that you understand that as well, that yes, demand is slightly increasing, or if you don't want to say it's increasing, it's at least staying relatively the same or high. But the competition is increasing for the most part, and you can even see it for yourself for the most part. You can see other home care agencies opening up around you, or you yourself might be a brand new home care agency. Just keep in mind that you're not the only one. Competition is increasing, but there is still enough room. There's still enough pie for everyone to get a slice. And just keep in mind that the popular keywords that generate private pay calls, it's really not as complex as you think. Home care near me, caregivers near me, in-home healthcare for seniors, care for seniors in their own home, and caregivers plus city. Many people in search home health care with the intent of getting private home care services. Although home health is different as it's more medical care and skilled nursing, as most of you hopefully know, it's still worth giving a shot using it in your marketing. So overall, what does this mean? So while searches for home care is increasing, so is the competition for that demand. While it is at a slower pace and people needing the services, just keep in mind that this is very location dependent. So if you are in, let's say Georgia, there may be an increase of a lot of people looking for care, and there may not be so much of an increase of home care agencies, but maybe in, let's say, Dallas, it's the opposite. It's very location dependent, and you won't really know until you start doing any sort of advertising. And then just keep in mind, as the number of agencies grow, customers are going to have more choices. Thus it's important to stand out in ways that they care about. And also just keep in the back of your head that advertising costs may rise if more home care agencies look online for leads, if the low cost or free ways like going to hospitals, assisted living facilities, etc., start to provide less of a return as more people do them. So keep in mind that it's not like these ways are completely dead. You should definitely still do them as they are more free ways. Just keep in mind that as competition is increasing, it is going to get a little bit harder, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth doing. So one really important thing I want to say is the best time to start was yesterday. If you haven't started advertising, the next best time is today. Because how I view it is, if you start today, you're gonna be ahead of all the people who choose to either not start or start a year later, things like that. You're already gonna have the data, the clients, and then once you get the clients, you can just use them for word of mouth, and get more clients through there, and then that's going to increase your popularity, increase the way you stand out, make you more of the authority, and overall sooner rather than later is always the best bet. So just also as a side note, people searching for caregiver jobs is on the rise. So you can see here, this is around 2022. You can see as it is slowly increasing up from 2020 into 2023. So while there is a caregiver shortage and a turnover rate issue with the home care agencies, caregivers are looking for jobs, and these caregivers do have experience, years of experience, maybe around 5+ years. There already been home care caregivers and things like that. So it is on the rise. So if you do advertise for it, it is possible to find some caregivers. Okay, so let me just do a quick check, make sure that there is no other questions or anything like that in the chat. So it should still be good. Oh, is it this? Hello Renee, how are you? Is it still blank? You put use on timer, that's fine. Because did, when I'm doing this in the live stream, it's showing both of them, so hopefully it's okay. So I'm assuming that you haven't said anything, that it should still be good. I hope it is, because that would be a boring sight to see. So yeah, so let me get into the call analysis, and it's showing on here that yeah, it's showing here, and then when I go into the YouTube part, it's showing here is it? Yeah, it's showing here as well, I believe. So yeah, it's just yeah, so let's hopefully it's still going well. And yeah, so let me get into the call analysis, what clients actually care about and what they actually want in terms of what clients actually want and care about after analyzing, a lot of these calls. So what are the words that the clients are saying? So the most popular one, as you can see here, is the word service, which makes sense, which means that the Google ads that I'm making, and that if you guys follow, that you're hopefully making in the pages I design, are attracting people who are looking for home care services. However, price and cost comes out a lot as well in terms of what people are saying. So this tells me that it is top of mind from for consumers as well, which means that you need to be prepared to handle it in the right way. Then, if it's handled well, the customer is happy to schedule a consultation. So you can see here, schedule and then consultation. So it seems like if you are able to handle the price and the cost issues as well, you can easily lead it into scheduling a consultation. Oh, I pressed escape. Um, yeah. So what what I'm noticing in terms of what consumers want, your clients want, is they want specific information on how you can help them. So we can see here, these are just some snippets of the call transcripts, of course, with no personal information given out, of course. So pretty much this person, the person had a stroke, they're in a wheelchair, they need help with making meals, making sure the house is organized, and the place is already clean, but they still just need a little bit more tidying up. This one, they need a home health aide for 24 hours for her mom. She's in the hospital. She's not eating the hospital food, and overall, she does need help using the bathroom. She needs specifically to get hydrated, taking showers and things like that. And this next one is this is a person who's trying to get home care for their mom. She's 83, and she lives with her brother in a room. She rents it out, but is having a hard time. She's very forgetful. She takes her meds and she gets to shower, but she sleeps all the time. She's feeling lonely and depressed. So you can see here um there's a lot of different attributes that are going here. There's a lot of different things that they want. So just saying, hey, we can just give you home care, that's not going to be enough. So they have very specific problems. So customers are telling you their story. There's a range of situations, and it's not a one size fits all solution. So it's important that you don't treat them as a one size fits all. So what does this mean? So you mean you get a deep understanding of their problem, you understand the exact outcome that they want, and you want to understand what it means for the customer to get that outcome, and they want to get the outcome they want in the best way possible with as little stress and headache as possible. So this is overall, aka having good sales skills. And if you're saying, hey, that sounds like a lot of work. Welcome to business. Um, and this is very important. If you treat them like any other person and like a transaction, they'll treat you like a transaction. And they'll ask you for the price, and then you will not hear from them again, no matter how many times you follow up. So it's important that you learn their needs, offering solution by speaking on how you would help them, support them in their specific situation, not just saying, yes, we can help you. We charge $35 an hour. When can we start? Or when can we come in for an assessment? If they ask for a price, what works very well is if they keep asking for a price, you want to give them a range, and you want to give them a range, and then you want to say, if you want an accurate price, it's not we can't give you an accurate price until the care plan is made. So just that's how other clients handle that, and then that way they have an idea of what the cost can be, and but in order for you to give them a specific cost, which is true because they may say, hey, we only need 4 hours of care. You give the care assessment, and the mom needs help with literally everything, so it may be best to do a living care kind of basis and things like that. You know best. You're the expert in this industry, so that's why it's important that you get into the home and see the situation for yourself. So here's some lessons learned and outlook for 2024, other than me live streaming better. So overall, the biggest lessons I've learned is, at least for home care agencies, is connecting with the customer is more important. While more competition is coming, it's important that you build an important. It's important that you build a personal connection with the caller during the initial call by showing them you care and helping them find a solution to your problem. And this is so important, regardless if it means that they go with you. Let me repeat that. Regardless if it means that they go with you, you should still try all your effort to help them. For example, with me doing this, regardless if you choose to, book a consultation with me or whatever, as long as I'm helping you grow your home care agency or whatever, I'm happy with that. Why? It shows that you have their best interest, and in turn, they will more likely sign with you if you go above and beyond for them and they haven't paid you yet. They're gonna say, okay, while this person is actually going above and beyond for me, imagine if I did pay him, what more they would do, and then they're more likely to go with you. And even if they don't like go with you in any way, shape, or form, you leave a positive impact on them, and they will tell others. So here's a story from my end. So when I was starting out, I wanted to try to get a call center to help handle people who call in and who call, my clients, and, get them to book an appointment and things like that, right? And I found this company, I think they're called SAS call center. They're in King of Prussia. They're very good, very affordable. And I started out with them with a free 2 week trial, and then pretty much it was at the time I didn't really know much about marketing, or not didn't know much about marketing, but the results were kind of slow. So I said, hey, can we have another week? And then just to see and now to analyze how things go. And they gladly gave me another week, so they gave me even more value. And from there, they were able to get some calls, but I still just didn't end up going with them, for reasons I do not remember. But I think it was just for me, it wasn't really worth it at the time. But I kept them in mind, and I think it was like a couple years later. I still remember the positive impact they had, how nice they were, and the fact that they did extra things that they did not have to do to keep me, to give me more value. So I went up to them again, and I said, hey, I'm ready to go. And they gave me another free 2 week trial, which I was amazed about. And I did end up paying, and I was a customer there for a while. And they did deliver really good service and things like that. However, I'm not using them now. It's simply just because other businesses, they already have people that are able to handle the phone very well. But overall, I was very happy with them. They're called SAS um, Call Center. They're in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Highly recommend them. And that's the positive impact that they left on me. And I always tell other people when they ask me what call center they should use, I tell them this is the company you go for. And even beforehand, before I even gave them money, I would still tell people that. So you never know that, like, whoever you leave a positive impact to, you never know what they'll say. And it could be, they could lead you to get your next client who's worth over $100,000. So it's important that no matter what, you go out and you help them. And also, as costs increase due to inflation, caregiver shortages, it's going to put more pressure on consumers. This means you should know of ways to help them afford care if they can qualify. This include, and I don't know why not more home care agencies don't take advantage of this, because there's many grants that your state most likely offers that, yes, they're gonna have to fill out something, but they're gonna be able to afford the care, and they're gonna be able to pay you for the care, because a lot of the grants say that the person has to find somebody else to deliver the care. So check with your local state to see if there's any grants that you can, suggest to the client, and maybe even help them apply, because you're literally helping them apply for them to pay you. So it's making it a win-win for everyone in this case. And then also, maybe even contacting the family members on their behalf to help them split the cost of care between them all. And this one's very big and very important. No, the fact that you offer personalized care and you treat clients like family is simply just not how you stand out. So I've been in this industry for a long time. I've seen, tons of different websites, and they all say something like this if they don't say it outright. Look at your competition, not only in your city, but in another site, in another state. Don't click on their Google ads, but like just look at their websites, and you'll see that they all say something like this. So pretty much when they all say something like this, that is expected, and that's the minimum you should do. And saying that you offer, the best care, that you treat clients like family, again, minimum. So the key is how you're gonna help that family with that specific issue. So that's how you get their attention. So for example, when they're calling you saying, "Hey, I cook for my mom, but she needs help with bathing. She's very forgetful and things like that." So it's not just saying, "Hey, yes, we can take care of that. We'll give you personalized care." It's saying, "Hey, okay, your mom is forgetful. Okay, we'll set a phone alarm on our system, so that way when it goes off, we know it's time to give your mom medicine." Or we have strategies to deal with her combative behavior. We will be patient with her. We will give her step-by-step instructions, so that way she feels comfortable and warm, because it's proven that's the actual personalized care that they actually want, and that is specific to their issue. And then they say, "Oh, okay, that other home care agency said yes, we can give you personalized care." When you actually say the personalized care you're going to give, it's still personalized care, but it's a way that you're standing out because you're helping their specific issue. So that's how you get their attention and their service. So that's one way to do it. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you treat clients like a transaction and you give them a price before providing any other value in any other way, they'll treat you like a transaction, and any other home care agency look for the lowest price. Remember, they're contacting you for the first, and this is I'm not sure why people um don't think about it like this, but because this happens with some of my clients, like they get a call from Google Ads and things like that, and they're just expecting that people are just ready to buy, they're ready to spend money and things like that. It's the first time that they're contacting you. It's the first time that it's the very first touch point, and it can take a lot of different touch points in order to get the sale. So show them that you care and offer ways to help them in this situation, even if you don't immediately profit from it. And another big important thing, and especially as an outlook for 2024, is you don't want to depend on just one way of getting clients. So clients that I have that have the best success have multiple ways of that they get leads. They advertise on Google Ads and PPC. They work on their SEO. They volunteer in their community. They go into hospitals. They post on Facebook, and more. So as I've mentioned, there's seasonality with home care, and also one platform can change in terms of the results you're getting from it due to increased competition, algorithm changes, outside events, time of day, and so many other things. So putting your eggs in one basket, it may be okay to start, but it's not something that you completely want to depend on. And the last thing is for those who follow up, they don't succeed. So if you do a quick Google search or if you ask Chat GPT or anyone like that, people say it can take up to 28 days for people to choose a home care agency. While some people need it immediately, other people try to plan. Like the other day, someone called one of my clients in November trying to get care for this week, the December holidays and things like that. So it's important that you help them, be patient, and follow up with them, especially even if they say that, oh yeah, I'll call you back. There there's 100 other things that they have to deal with. So it's up to you to follow up and call them back for at least 2 weeks. That's why I say it's the minimum you want to be following up before you throw in the towel. Ideally, you want to do 28 days, but at least 2 weeks you want to be following up. You don't want to just, and also when you follow up, you don't want to just say, you're ready to start, or it's like, oh, hey, we can service you, or we can get you the care you need, and things like that. Give advice, give them value, send resources, show them that you care. Then once you've give them value, they'll either ask for your service or respond. They'll either ask you for service or respond when you say you can reach at any time. So you can say, hey, here's 5 tips on how to care for your dementia, for your mom who has dementia, right? Then you can say, if you need any more help, if you need more advice, feel free to call me back. They look at it, they say, oh, these are good tips. They may not call now, but they may be calling at the time. Or if you keep sending them more value, more resources, again, no other home care agency is doing that. It's just that you're going above and beyond for them. Not like no other home care agency is doing that. Very few are. So it's important that, especially to stand out from the competition and stay top of mind, it's important that you follow up. So, what are my personal plans for 2024 in terms of increasing the effectiveness of my marketing in terms of for home care clients? So, I already have, if for those who knew, most of you know, if you don't, I do have a done for you and a course option. And then you can click on these if you want to learn more of that way you can get started with Google Ads. And because from what I've seen, Google Ads can work relatively fast, usually within a week or two. You can start getting calls, you can start booking assessments. But that's like kind of like the starter plan. And how I'm changing in 2024 is I'm not just having Google Ads services and things like that. Of course, you're gonna still get the Google Ads Manager, call tracking, and custom landing pages. From myself, with 4+ years of home care marketing experience, you can see the mistakes I made. I'm also implementing a new, 45-day email and SMS follow-up that gives value to your potential clients, helps you stand out, you stay top of mind, and you build authority. And it includes links to infographics that I personally made. So they're nowhere else on the internet. It's not like, from any other resource. There are resources that I made that you'll have access to that will send to the client on autopilot. So you don't even have to really worry about it. And it's for 45 days plus, so that's almost double the time it takes. So that way you stay top of mind for at least a month and a half of their journey. So that way, whenever they're deciding to get care, you're always the top one giving value. Of course, and it's also going to include links to resources and grants. So I would do the research for your state for you that clients can use to pay you for care. So I specifically try to find grants that have that if they are eligible for it, they can pay you for the care. Because most of them, from what I've read, they still need to find an alternate home care agency. And it overall, it gives value and asks customers at the right time if they're ready to start. And then also adding in SEO services, so you make it organic as well. So you have dominance in home care of your local area. So if people see your ad, but they might skip that, but if they see you on the Google Map Pack, they may click on that and call you through there. And then if not, maybe even if they go to the web page links, they may see your site there. So that's another new service that I am offering that if you do choose to work with me, that I would do as well. And you get all of this. This is all bundled for an affordable rate. And also Facebook ads. Facebook ads would be an add-on, but it's a way that we can attract qualified leads and get them so they come to you ready to buy. And there's some more stuff on the way that I am working on that I plan on releasing. So overall, if you are just starting out and you just want like a kind of low cost option, the popular one is the done for you, where I create the Google Ads account for you, and you can just pretty much hit start, and the leads can start coming in as soon as the next week. Or if you want an even lower cost option, there's a program which shows you step by step how to build your own Google ad campaign. And then if you do choose to work with me, you get pretty much all this. So pretty much I just want an all encompassing ecosystem, so that way, let's say maybe if the Google ads aren't doing the best, your SEO is, but it's your SEO is still doing well, and then you're still reaching out to leads who may be coming back after 2 weeks saying, hey, I'm ready for service, and things like that. So it's just putting our eggs in multiple baskets, so that way we have eggs for all the time. So in summary, it's important that while home care searches are increasing, so is the competition. And to get the most bang for your buck or time with any way you advertise, building a personal connection is important, and understanding sales. Just telling people we offer home care services and here's the price, that's not going to cut it anymore. Understand that consumers are concerned about cost. Many are willing to pay the cost, but they won't just pay it just because you're talking to them. They want the best value for their money, meaning the best care for their family. Show them that you're that option, you will grow. And keep in mind that while advertising costs may rise, it's important to understand that one client can pay you $15,000 or more. It can be even up to 100K. So keep at it and don't get scared if things are rocky, no matter who you choose, no matter where you decide to go. So thank you for those who are here. Really appreciate you guys joining live. This specific PowerPoint will be available in my Home Care for Digital Marketing agency's Facebook group. I'm going to post it on there, and then you can download it from there. So if you haven't joined that group, you can join it. I'll leave a link in the comments of this video once it's posted. And yeah, let me see if there's any questions. Hopefully, everything showed up well, and things like that. Uh, okay, the actual PowerPoint screen is on the lower right. Screen, but it's okay. Okay, so I will have to fix that. So let me let me make sure uh, if there's any more questions or anything like that. Let's see. If you have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Oh, it was probably just showing up here. Oh, I thought this whole thing was showing. But is the average cost $30? $30 for, okay. Yeah, I should have been able to share the screen. For hiring home care workers. That's a great question. I mean, it depends how you approach it in terms of costs of, let me go on a blurry screen. Depends on the it depends on how you're going about hiring home care workers. Um, Pretty much when it comes to with Google ads, or if you're trying doing with if you're doing it with Facebook ads, that's the primary way I recommend it. And you can get applications for literally as low as like $2 per application. Depending on how long your application is, the requirements you want, and things like that. So yeah, it could be under $30 if you do Facebook ads per application, but of course you're gonna have to go through a lot of applications to make sure you find the right one. So I would say $30 might be a little bit low. It depends on the amount of experience you want and the benefits you offer as well. So if you're just saying, hey, we'll just pay you, you're not gonna get as many applicants saying as you're not gonna get as many applicants if you say, hey, we'll pay you, we'll give you benefits, we'll give you everything. So yeah, so it ranges. I would say it really just depends on also your interview skills and a lot of other factors. But I would say budget maybe. I would say uh, if you're doing with Facebook ads, I usually say just plan to spend $400 a month with Facebook ads to find caregivers, and that can usually get you around like anywhere between like 40 to 50 applicants. Hopefully, out of those 40 to 50, um, 5% of them, 10% of them are good. So you get hire 3 to 5 more caregivers, so it could be like $100 something per uh, per um per person. Um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't know in your specific state, Renee. So yeah, hopefully this live streamed okay. I'm sorry if it just appeared on the corner. I don't know why, because it's showing on my whole screen here. Probably just because I clicked on webcam, but I should be sharing. It should be sharing the screen. So okay. I wonder if I did it like this, if it was helpful. Is it bigger for you now with it like this? Yeah. Is it bigger for you now? Because it's interesting. Because when I share the screen, okay. And was it? And it was like small, like in the corner for the whole time I was doing it. I might have to redo this then. Dang. It's funny because when I click share screen, you would think it would share the whole entire screen, but I guess not. Should have a recruitment service. Oh, so okay. I do have a recruitment service as well. When it comes to finding caregivers, I already have that kind of service. If you go on my website, uh, niftymarketing.com, I do have a. It's under the more because these services are more popular, but I do have a job recruitment um, part of my website where you can use it to find more employees. So yeah, let me go back to yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry that it was so small. I guess when I rewatch this, I will see how it actually came out. And then if it's still way too small, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-record it on my own time and just post it as a video. That way it's fine. But if it's fine like that, I will just post it. So that's interesting because I don't know why you would have a share screen option if you weren't able to see the screen. No problem. We appreciate the information. Great. Do you guys have any more questions? Any thought? Not any thoughts, but like, or any. Oh, yeah, I guess whatever you want to talk about. Any thoughts or any more, any more, yeah, any burning questions about just marketing for home care agencies or the job recruitment side of things? I'm in Florida right now. This is not where I usually am. This is my mom's new house in Port St. Lucie. So I'm there, but I'll be back in Boston next week or so. And yeah, I'll give it one more minute or so, and then yeah. So this is the done for you portion, so you can get a Google Ads campaign that can generate 3 to 10 private paid leads without wasting money or needing marketing experience. And then the generate your own clients is the course. So yeah, if that's it, I'm going to end the stream and thank you guys for your time. And yeah, take care. Oh wait, hold on. On average, so on average, home care agencies will charge 30 an hour for care. Um, I think it depends. I think in some states they charge 32. Some states they charge anywhere between 30 and $40 an hour. A lot of my clients charge anywhere between like 32 and 36 an hour, so usually around 34. Um, some states, like the lower cost of living states, including even Florida, they charge like 28 or like 26. Georgia, I think they charge, most people there charge around 30 to 32. So yeah. Um, what I would say, if you're really concerned about how much you should be charging in terms of your hourly rate, I would say just do what the consumer is doing and do research on what the cost of home care is in your state, and then just go off that. And then if you're just starting, this is actually very important. If you're just starting out, don't worry about, you want to gather testimonials and case studies and things like that first. Simply just because if I'm thinking of it this way, like if I'm taking care of my mom, um, it's and like I know that she needs 24/7 living care or some like very expensive service. I'm gonna go with an agency that has experience, that has some good amount of reviews and testimonials and things like that. It's gonna be very hard for me to spend, up to $4 or $5,000 a month on services when a person has no reviews, no case studies, they're just starting out. So it's important to keep that in mind that, especially when you're starting any business, price should be a secondary factor. It shouldn't be the primary thing that you're concerned about. But yeah, but of course, you still need to pay your employees, you need to pay your bills and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're covering your bases there. But keep in mind, focus more on building the authority, and doing that first. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for joining the live stream, and I will post. So if this video is not, if the quality of this is not to my liking, I'm just gonna re-record it and then just post it again for the most part. So yeah, enjoy your Sunday.